Right now, live at 5.
Duluth City Council debates whether or not you'll need to put a mask back on.
Plus, the Supreme Court takes up the president's vaccine mandate that applies to large businesses, where the justices stand on the issue. And later, you can get your hands on a piece of Duluth history as items from the last place on Earth go up for sale.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Briggs is off tonight. With COVID cases surging across the country, the debate on masks has once again reached the Northland. During last night's agenda session, Duluth City councilors had a tense conversation on whether to reinstate the city's mask mandate. And joining us now is CBS 3's Quinn Gorham with reaction from the community. Quinn.
Well, Kristen, it's clear the people of Duluth are just as divided over this mask wearing as the city council is. Both sides of the issue are hoping councilors will hear what they have to say before the vote next Monday. People in favor of reintroducing an indoor mask requirement cite overrun local hospitals. With Omicron cases quickly rising, they're concerned it may get worse if the city doesn't take action. People against the mandate are concerned about their personal freedom to choose whether or not to wear a mask. As for the council, if last night's discussion is any indication, that vote won't be simple. City Councilor Eric Forsman says the conversation raised a lot of questions. Forsman says he was one of the first to suggest an initial mask order back in 2020. He believes city councilors need to hear the different arguments before making a decision for or against a mask order.
I don't have strong opinions on that at the moment because I have not heard from our public health experts or the hospitals themselves on what the situation is, and I think most colleagues of mine are in that boat.
Forsman says he isn't confident anything will be decided at Monday's meeting, but says a lot could change between now and then. The councilors have to take 2 votes on the issue. The first of those would need to be a unanimous vote. That would declare a public health crisis in the city. That's the one that Forsman says could be a roadblock, Kristen. But if that passes, they'd be able to enact a new mask mandate on the city.
All right, certainly something we'll continue to watch. And coming up at 6, we'll hear from Duluth residents about their thoughts on that potential mandate. Thanks, Quinn. Duluth's 2 big hospitals voiced their support for a new mask mandate. Essentia Health and St. Luke's issued a joint statement today applauding the proposed ordinance. They say hospitals in the area are overwhelmed. A new ordinance could alleviate some of the pressure caused by this latest wave in cases. Hospital reps are encouraging Duluth residents to reach out to city councilors in support of the ordinance. The U.S. Supreme Court convened a special session today to hear arguments on whether the Biden administration's vaccine requirements for healthcare workers and large companies can be implemented. Skylar Henry has more from the Supreme Court.
Friday, the Supreme Court heard challenges to 2 Biden administration vaccine rules. One requiring the vaccine or weekly testing for businesses with 100 or more employees, and the other requiring healthcare workers at facilities that receive Medicare or Medicaid to be fully vaccinated.
Americans shouldn't be forced to choose between getting medical care and exposing themselves unnecessarily to a virus.
Without the injunction, rural America will face an imminent crisis.
At the heart of the legal battle is whether the administration has overstepped its authority to impose those requirements, which the White House says could affect nearly 100 million workers.
Tell me what's irrational about rules of that nature when it is the workplace that puts you into contact with people that will put you at risk.
It appears that the federal government is going agency by agency as a workaround to its inability to get Congress to act.
Ahead of Friday's court arguments, the White House released a statement expressing confidence for the administration's legal authority for both policies and arguing that the need is greater than ever.
COVID, as we're dealing with it now, is not here to stay. The new normal doesn't have to be. We have so many more tools we're developing.
As the nation continues its fight against the fast-spreading Omicron variant, the FDA now says Moderna vaccine recipients can now get a booster shot only 5 months after their initial series instead of 6. It comes days after similar guidance for some Pfizer recipients. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Justice Sotomayor participated in today's proceedings remotely from her office, though her staff says she is not ill. If the Biden administration's rule for private companies stands, OSHA is expected to begin issuing citations for noncompliance on February 9th. A Michigan group today launched a petition to protect a woman's right to choose. Reproductive Freedom for All is working to amend the state constitution, affirming the right to make pregnancy decisions without government interference. That would include abortion access. The group launched the petition in case the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. Michigan still has a 90-year abortion ban in place that would be reinstated if Roe v. Wade is reversed. The petition needs 425,000 signatures to put the measure on the November ballot. The Michigan teen charged with a recent school shooting will head to trial after waiving a key court hearing. 15-year-old Ethan Crumbly waived his right to a preliminary examination today. That's where prosecutors would present evidence to a judge proving they have the right to try him. Crumbly is charged with murder after police say he opened fire at his suburban Detroit high school, killing 4 people. His case will now head straight to trial. Crumbly's parents will remain in jail after a judge today denied their request for a lower bail. James and Jennifer Crumbly are charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection to the school shooting. They wanted a judge to lower their $500,000 bail. The judge refused, noting the couple didn't turn themselves in when they were initially charged. The new Catholic high school in Duluth invited people inside for a first-hand look today. Stella Maris Academy is opening a high school in the old Woodland Hills Youth Service Center. After the Hills closed last summer, the school bought the building for $4 million. They renovated it and today held an open house for the community. Stella Maris Academy President Andrew Hilliker says the high school was a needed expansion.
So this has been in the works for a long time. Right now there's no traditional Catholic high school in the Diocese of Duluth or in the Diocese of Superior. And so we feel like our community needs this.
Stella Maris will offer 9th and 10th grade this fall, eventually adding more grades. Registration for new students will begin February 1st. The first day at the new school will be in September. Dave joins us now for a first check of the weather. Dave, certainly cold out there today.
That it was this morning. Your neck of the woods, my home stomping grounds in the 20 to 30 below plus range.
Yes.
But this may be the last time for a short while. I'll explain that in just a bit. But first, let's look at this morning's wake-up temperatures. 32 below International Falls, 30 below for Hibbing Chisholm Airport, 34 below, 20 below Ely, 27 degrees below zero for Solon Springs, 26 below for Hayward and for Moose Lake. Into the Upper Peninsula, we ran 18 to 19 below. But yes, a warm front's coming our way, and that is going to mellow out our temperatures tonight. We'll have lows tonight above zero, daytime highs tomorrow in the 20s above zero. But now I show the road conditions because that warm front coming our way is going to bring a chance for an inch or two of snow tonight, and that could knock the roads down. And they're still trying to recover in some spots from the snow of just the other day. So again, Highway 1 from Silver Bay to Ely, and then 1 and 169 from Ely through Tower towards 53 still has slippery spots, and so does a chunk of northern 53, and towards the snow belt, a little bit iffy there as well still. So this chance for light snow tonight isn't going to help the situation, but it will be gone fairly early on Saturday. 24 degrees for a high temp will be gone as early as Sunday. We go back to the deep freeze. I'll talk about for how long this time coming up in a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, it's Friday, and that means many snowmobilers are gearing up for weekend rides. We've got trail conditions from local clubs coming up as we take you around the Northland, trail by trail.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
I got into journalism when I was in high school, actually, and that's where I really fell in love with the news and the storytelling aspect of it. Being able to bring those things together and keep people informed. It's so important for us to be in a community like Duluth, to be able to hear your stories and then bring them to everybody else in the community.
Watch Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
We're getting the band back together.
I'm just so excited to be back with Kristen on the anchor desk. It's been so long, but it feels like it's been no time at all.
Yeah.
I feel like we just have a great connection, and
Having someone come onto the show who loves the area as much as I do, who knows the area as well as I do, like she's from here. I mean, it's the perfect fit.
Live local to a T.
Watch Kristen and Briggs at 5 and 6 p.m.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
You can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us
Can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain, where today their new community ice rink opens. Skating is free and open to all ages. Dave will be in with your weekend forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. This week's winter storm brought plenty of snow to the South Shore, and we've got your latest trail reports, what you need to know before your weekend ride as we take you around the Northland trail by trail. We start off tonight in northern Iron County with a report from the White Thunder Riders. 4 groomers were out today, and all trails are rated good to excellent. 2 points of note are there are portions of 8E and 8 from the Bell to West Branch Road with logging. Also, Trail 3 near Lake Superior is rated as fair. Be sure to watch for their groomers and wait until they wave you on to pass. Next, we head to Barnes, Wisconsin with a trail report from the Barnstormers. They saw 5 inches of snow during this week's storm, and all trails have been groomed. There is more snow to the north and down south at Trail 31. Conditions aren't perfect as they have a little less snow. The Barnstormers are also hosting a meat raffle. I love a meat raffle. This Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Y Go By. Stop by and say hi. And we wrap up with a report from Douglas County Forestry and the Northwest Trails Association. Trails in Douglas County are 100% open. Most trails have been groomed and are in fair to good riding condition. They want to remind riders to be respectful of people's property, and if you don't know, don't go. Additionally, all ski trails were packed and set as of yesterday. If you or someone you know is part of a local snowmobile alliance, send us your trail report and it might be featured as we go around the Northland trail by trail. Still to come on Live at 5, a work-life balance. See how one company is working with moms to find jobs while keeping flexibility at the forefront.
Hermantown this morning, 21 degrees below zero, but tomorrow morning, Hermantown, Proctor, just about every town in our region, indeed, will be above zero. And the high temp in the afternoon tomorrow could go above that normal at 20, but it's a one-day offer. The cold comes back on Sunday. We'll talk about for how long for that round coming up after our break.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live. You have a 20 family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the 4th leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
A deadly storm system tore through America's heartland. The people of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, and Tennessee have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help heal the heartland. Text HL Tornado to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts. Every donation goes directly to relief efforts in those areas. Learn more at cbs3duluth.com. Live, local, CBS 3, helping heal the heartland.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's talk about our weather highlights, hot headlines, what's coming our way over the weekend. Tonight, light snow is possible. Should be a lot lighter than it was just a couple of days ago. No huge downpours like on the South Shore. Maybe a trace to about 2 inches. We'll show you who gets the trace, who gets the 2 inches in just a bit. Saturday, well, thanks to a low pressure system and its warm front, will be cloudy but mild. Up into the 20s, above zero, but only for a day. By Sunday, it's sunny and cold again. But that, in turn, will give way to a warm spell later on next week, which we show you the 7-day forecast. Right now, we've got the current conditions, Duluth International Airport, 1 below there. But with the warm front coming, temps will warm up as the night goes on, so don't let that shock you too much right now. Relative humidity is 69%. South-southeast winds going 9 miles per hour. Could run towards 15 tonight and even hit 20 tomorrow, but it's a warm southern wind, so bring on the heat, I guess. Air pressure 30.19 inches of mercury on the high side temporarily, but that will drop as that low in the front work through to bring us a chance for light snow. Current temps 5 to 7 above for the Upper Peninsula and 2 to 5 above for our friends in northern Wisconsin. Cool spot is Superior. Warm spot, a tie between Ashland and LaPointe, and I'll bet Washburn's caught in the middle of that, and so is Bayfield. All right, 0 in Cloquet, 1 above Moose Lake, 0 for Evelyn and the Quad Cities, 3 below for Grand Rapids, 8 below International Falls. Ely, Silver Bay not reporting in. They've been having some problems with their AWAS system, so hopefully that gets fixed up fairly soon. Automated weather observing system. That's what each airport that feeds our map has to operate on, and if it stops operating, then we don't get the readings. Doppler map right now, well, the Doppler in Duluth is working, so we're seeing clouds coming in from a western low pressure system. The sunshine of today, the cold sunshine, being replaced by clouds first, and then a warm-up as we go through the overnight. And taking a look then at the bigger picture here of the United States for the time being, we've got that low in its warm front coming in from the west. That's what brings us an overnight chance for some light snow. And like I mentioned already, come Sunday, Arctic high pressure takes over again for a couple of days, only a couple. Talk about how many that'll be after we take a look at how much snow could come down tomorrow. And like I've been mentioning, it's about a trace, like in Wisconsin and the UP, to 1 or 2 inches in northern Minnesota. Not a big deal this time around. Looking at the forecast map tomorrow afternoon, well, we've still got a cloudy sky, but our high temperatures will be around 20 above or so. Warmer than it has been indeed. Sunday already, the Arctic high drops us back down again, and daytime highs may only be around 5 below or so, for example, for the Twin Ports. But later on next week, it will warm up back to what it's going to be like tomorrow. So here we go. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast tonight, 50% chance for the light snow in Minnesota, lows from 7 to 10 above. 40% chance for light snow, Wisconsin, Michigan, 8 to 10 above for the lows. Then tomorrow, mid-20s for highs in Wisconsin, Michigan with a mostly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy and dry in Minnesota as well, with highs from 21 to 27 degrees above zero. And then we drop again Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday morning. But then here comes the moderation again. Kristen, Wednesday, Thursday, next Friday, back into the upper 20s. Low temps above zero. Next snow chance after tonight's comes next Friday.
Okay.
So this doesn't seem like a bad deal to me personally. Snow fans don't want to lose that snow to temperatures over 32.
Right.
But we don't want to freeze to death at 30 below either.
Exactly.
So we're just bubbling under that threshold and doing all right.
Oh, we love a happy medium.
We certainly do around here.
And we can use it right now. Thanks, Dave. An update tonight. After being forced to close suddenly nearly 2 weeks ago due to equipment failure, the Spooner Civic Center ice rink has now reopened. Hockey practices returned to the ice yesterday, and there will be open skate from 4 to 6 tomorrow night. Well, you can get your hands on a piece of Duluth history. The contents of an infamous business go up for auction tomorrow night. The inventory from the last place on earth went into storage when the store closed in 2013. Its owner went to jail for selling synthetic drugs. The storage unit owner is now selling the items after rent on the unit stopped being paid. There's thousands of items, including vinyl records, t-shirts, and other vintage collectibles. There are also items of a more adult nature. Auctioneer Mickey Green says he didn't know what he was getting into with this collection.
This is way out of my realm that I would be selling a lot of this stuff. Not the vinyl and the T-shirts, but the rest of the items I've never sold before. And I've been doing this for 40 years.
He says he's been getting calls from all over asking about the auction. They're going to sell the vintage items first, then move to the adult contents. If you want to check it out, it's happening tomorrow at Sellers Auction in Superior, starting at 5 p.m. Women around the world have been deeply affected by the pandemic, both at work and at home. One Minnesota-based company is on a mission to get moms back into the workforce. Tech platform Bus Stop Mamas helps connect companies to moms looking for flexible work. Was started back in 2019 as a way to address the untapped workforce, has become a network of about 7,000 moms back at work in person, part remote or fully remote.
We spearhead flexible work. Employers that come to us and post jobs on our platform know that they're reaching her, know that she has children, and is eager to get back to work in a capacity that works for her and her family.
Companies post job openings, and there's just one requirement: positions must be flexible. Those interested in the openings click a button that says "Introduce me," and they're immediately connected to the employer via email. Signing up for moms is completely free. Still to come today, the 3 men charged in the murder trial of Ahmaud Arbery were sentenced, their charges, and if there is a chance for parole after the break.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Hill Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch the CBS 3 Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS 3 this morning. The CBS 3 Car Wash Forecast is sponsored by Miller Hill Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS 3.
Well, because it's the best. And that's true, because I've thought about that. I mean, definitely the fastest. And the biggest thing I hear most people talk about is the stability of it.
Mediacom's network is very reliable. We have a lot of programs in place that can monitor kind of issues that arise. That way we can fix them before they reach the customer.
Trust the pros. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
I've been where you are. It just took someone to believe in me for me to understand.
And a whole lot of people lining up to believe in me.
All it takes is one.
These men, they don't mess around.
I hope they hear me. Neither do I.
She knows how to take care of herself.
Safety's on, Davy Crockett. Sometimes you gotta handle things yourself. Kinda my motto.
I hope they hear me. A new Equalizer, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain.
Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
I remember my son was going to grow up without a father.
I didn't think someone at 23 could be diagnosed with breast cancer.
I was probably the healthiest I had been in my life.
Early detection of a melanoma saved my life.
I survived testicular cancer because of early detection.
I survived cancer not once but twice because of early detection.
During the pandemic, you may have delayed or canceled routine cancer screenings. It's time to get those appointments back on the books. Early detection saves lives.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Losing Mickey, it hurt. I feel like I can't even help those I'm closest with.
You have changed.
Hard not to.
Everyone's a hero in their own story and a villain in someone else's.
The star is only as good as the person wearing it.
Walker. New episodes return Thursday, January 13th, only on the CW.
The 3 men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery were sentenced today. The case gained national attention after video surfaced of them chasing and shooting the 25-year-old black man in a Georgia neighborhood nearly 2 years ago. Mark Strassman has the latest from outside the courthouse in Brunswick, Georgia.
With regard to the sentence in this case,
Judge Timothy Walmsley in Georgia sentenced defendants Travis McMichael and his father Greg McMichael to life in prison without the chance of parole for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. William Roddy Bryant, the third defendant, got life with the possibility of parole.
today the defendants are being held accountable for their actions.
Arbery's father told the court his heart will always be broken.
When I close my eyes, I see his execution in my mind. Over and over.
Guilty.
A jury convicted the defendants in November, more than a year and a half after video showed the 3 men chasing down Arbery and shooting him while he was jogging in a Georgia neighborhood in February of 2020. The defense claimed their clients thought Arbery was a burglar and were trying to make a citizen's arrest, but there was no evidence of any crime. Travis McMichael's lawyer argued against the maximum sentence.
This was not a planned murder. This was not a murder involving torture.
During her victim impact statement, Arbery's mother threw a jab at a controversial comment one of the defendant's lawyers made about her son during the trial.
I wish he would have cut and cleaned his toenails before he went out for that jog that day. I guess he would have if he knew he would be murdered.
For these 3 sentenced murder defendants, the legal troubles go on. They'll be back in court next month to stand trial on federal hate crime charges. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Brunswick, Georgia.
William Roddy Bryant must serve at least 30 years in prison before being granted the possibility of parole.
On this Friday night, CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with the heartwarming acts of kindness, helping make this new year a little brighter. That's all coming up here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning brought to you by the Birth Center at Essentia Health. By your side every step of the maternity journey so you can rest easy knowing you're both in good hands.
If you or someone you know has been exposed to asbestos and you now suffer from mesothelioma or lung cancer, you could be entitled to significant cash compensation. Hi, I'm Paula Haddock here with spokesman Rob Wolf. So, Rob, please share with the viewers at home who should be calling in right now.
Well, just like you said, Paula, if you or anyone you know have been exposed to asbestos and now suffer from mesothelioma or from lung cancer, you may be entitled to significant compensation.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
CBS 3 Newsroom, this is Kristen.
The snow may not be falling yet, but we'll bring it to Duluth.
Is encouraging safe
2:30 in the
driving.
morning. Winter stuff for Las Vegas to talk about.
Multiple departments on scene. We'll take you there live now.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Folks, welcome back. If you or someone you love has been exposed to asbestos and you now suffer from mesothelioma or lung cancer, you could be entitled to significant cash compensation. Rob, please share with everyone who should be calling in right now.
Well, just like you said, Paula, if you or anyone you know have been exposed to asbestos and now suffer from mesothelioma or from lung cancer, you may be entitled to significant compensation.
Thanks, Rob. Pick up the phone and call now.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, the mask mandate debate has returned as Duluth City councilors are divided on the issue. There are several steps before it would be reinstated. However, councilors want to hear from the community first. Coming up tonight, we reached out to community members for what they think about bringing back the mask mandate. Their thoughts tonight. And coming up at 6, we take you inside Duluth's newest Catholic high school ahead of its grand opening this fall. The changes they've made to the old Woodland Hills site and what this school means to the community tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.